Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 12. It is round 7, Wednesday, the 25th of March, 2026. Let's get stuck into the first game. It is Collingwood versus Port Adelaide at the MCG. Let's go to the first quarter. Collingwood lost a thriller against the Gold Coast Suns by 2 points. Let's get stuck into the first quarter. Collingwood versus Port Adelaide at the MCG. And we've got Collingwood. They've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Port Adelaide, 5-1. So it's 10 points the difference, 41 to 31. Second quarter. Halftime siren has gone and Collingwood have kicked 2-6 to Port Adelaide 2-4, and it is Collingwood by 12 points at halftime, 59 to 47. Collingwood in 9, Port Adelaide in 6. Three-quarter time siren has gone, and Collingwood have won that quarter by kicking 4-2 to Port Adelaide 3-1, and it is 19 points the difference to Collingwood going into the last quarter, 85 to 66. This game is going down to the wire. And in the end, Collingwood have won by 34 points after the siren has sounded. Collingwood 15-19, 109 to Port Adelaide 11-9, 75. And that puts Collingwood in the top 4 at the moment. Next game, Essendon versus Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. Essendon in 5th, Gold Coast in 10th. First quarter has concluded and the Gold Coast Suns have kicked 6 goals, 3 to Essendon, 3-3. So it's 3 goals the difference to the Gold Coast Suns away from home at Marvel Stadium. And then we've got a double header at Optus Stadium. Halftime siren has gone and Gold Coast Suns have won by 5 points in that second quarter, kicking 3 goals, 6 to Essendon, 3-1. So Gold Coast are 23 points up, 63 to 40. Three-quarter time siren has gone and Gold Coast are up by 32 points. They kick 6 goals, 3 to Essendon, 4-6 in that third quarter, 102 to 70. Last quarter underway in this game. Looks like Gold Coast are going to win this game and they win it convincingly by 42 points. Essendon 15-11, 101 to Gold Coast Suns, 21-17, 143. All right, let's go to the next game. It's West Coast Eagles versus Brisbane Lions at Optus Stadium. Brisbane away from home. They've lost the last 3. West Coast have kicked 6 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 3 goals, 6 in that first quarter, 17 points down Brisbane. Going into the second quarter. They need to have a big quarter. And Brisbane, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 to West Coast, 1-4. And it is Brisbane by 7 points at halftime, 58 to 51. Let's go to the second half. West Coast versus Brisbane at Optus Stadium. And then we're going to go to Fremantle versus Melbourne at Optus Stadium. So it's a doubleheader at the Optus Stadium. Brisbane in that third quarter after halftime have kicked 6 goals, 6 to West Coast, 4-3. It is 22 points of difference. Brisbane's way 100 to 78 going into the last quarter. Your final siren. And the final siren has gone and Brisbane have won by 35 points at Optus Stadium. West Coast Eagles final score 13-17, 95 to the Brisbane Lions, 18-22, 130. So they're back on the winners list, Brisbane Lions, and that puts Brisbane in 10th spot, West Coast in 2nd spot at the moment. Let's go to the next game at Optus Stadium. It's Fremantle versus Melbourne. First quarter underway in this game. And the first quarter, Melbourne have kicked 5 goals, 1 to Fremantle, 3-1. So Melbourne in 13th, Fremantle in 15th, second quarter underway in this game. Halftime siren has gone and Fremantle have kicked 6-5 to Melbourne. Melbourne were up by 3 points, 60 to 57 going into the second half of this game. Three-quarter time siren has gone and Melbourne have kicked 4-5 to Fremantle, 1-4. Last quarter at the Optus Stadium, Fremantle versus Melbourne. Final siren has gone and Melbourne have won by 38 points. So both Western Australian teams have lost against teams that have bounced back from the previous week. So Fremantle full score 11-12-78 to Melbourne, 17 goals, 14, 116. All right. So that puts Melbourne in 11th spot, Fremantle in 15th with only 2 wins. Brisbane and Melbourne have beaten the Western Australian sides. They have got 3 wins for the season so far. 3 wins, 4 losses. Next game, GWS Giants versus North Melbourne. Now, this is the game that could, well, put North Melbourne a game clear on top. So first quarter completed. GWS Giants have kicked 6-4. Second quarter underway in this game. And North Melbourne have kicked 5-6 to GWS Giants, 3-4 in the second quarter. Halftime, North Melbourne are up by 13 points, 76 to 63. Three-quarter time siren has gone. And North Melbourne have won the third quarter. They've kicked 3-5 to GWS Giants, 3-3. And it is North Melbourne by 15 points, 99 to 84. GWS Giants, last quarter underway in this game. Can the Giants have a big last quarter and win the game? No, they can't. And North Melbourne have beaten the Giants and they have won the last 5 games in a row. So they kicked 4-6 North Melbourne to Giants, 3-1 in that last quarter. So the Giants 15-13, 103 to North Melbourne, 18 goals, 21, 129. And that puts North Melbourne a game clear on top with 24 points, 6 wins, 1 loss. Let's go. The next game is Carlton versus Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. Western Bulldogs are looking for their first win for the season after 6 losses in a row. So Western Bulldogs have kicked 6-1 to Carlton, 3-3. Second quarter underway in this game. Halftime siren has gone and Western Bulldogs have kicked 4-2 to Carlton, 3-5. And the Western Bulldogs are 19 points up, 63 to 44. Third quarter. Three-quarter time siren has gone. And Carlton, they've kicked 6-4 after halftime to Bulldogs, 1-2. And that puts Carlton in front after halftime by 13 points, 84 to 71 going into the last quarter. Can the Bulldogs get their first win for the season, or will it be Carlton to be on the winners list? And the final siren has gone and Carlton have won by 7 points. So that puts the Bulldogs on the bottom of the ladder with no win for the season after 7 rounds. Carlton, final score 15-18, 108 to Western Bulldogs, 15-11, 101. All right, so that puts Carlton in 14th spot. Western Bulldogs are staying on the bottom of the ladder. Richmond Hawthorn next game. First quarter has completed and Hawthorn have kicked 3-2, 20 to Richmond, 2-4-16 in that first quarter. Second quarter underway in this game. And Richmond have kicked 4-5 in that second quarter to Hawthorn, 1-6. And at halftime, Richmond are 13 points up, 45 to 32. Third quarter underway in this game. And Richmond have kicked 5 goals, 3 to Hawthorn, 5-1 in that third quarter. And it's Richmond by 15 points, 78-63, last quarter underway. Final siren has gone and Richmond have won by 16 points. Richmond final score 15-15, 105 to Hawthorn 13-11, 89. Next game, St Kilda versus the Geelong Cats. So it's 13th versus 15th. First quarter underway. And it's 12 goals in the first quarter. St Kilda 6-5, Geelong 6-6. 1 point the difference at quarter time. Second quarter underway in this game. It is St Kilda versus Geelong at Marvel Stadium. Halftime siren has gone, and the Geelong Cats have won the second quarter by 3 points, and they're up by 4 points, 65-61. Third quarter underway in this game. After halftime, St Kilda have kicked 4 goals, 5 to Geelong, 2-1, and at three-quarter time, it's St Kilda by 12 points, 90-78 going into the last quarter of this game. And final siren has gone and Geelong have won by 14 points. They kicked 6 goals, 6 to St Kilda, 2-4 in that last quarter. So St Kilda have lost the game by 14 points. They kicked 15-16, 106 to Geelong, 17-18, 120. So that puts Geelong just outside the 8 on 4 wins, 3 losses. Last game of the round, it's Sydney versus Adelaide Crows at the SCG. First quarter has completed and Adelaide have kicked 5-2 to Sydney 2-5. And it's 15 points the difference at quarter time. Halftime siren has gone and Adelaide have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Sydney, 1-4. And at halftime, it is Adelaide by 23 points, 50-27. Second half underway in this last game of the round for round 7. And Adelaide have kicked 3 goals, 2 to Sydney, 1-2. And it's Adelaide 10-10-70 to Sydney, 4-11-35 going into the last quarter. And the final siren has gone and Adelaide at the SCG have beaten the Sydney Swans by 16 points. Sydney 9-12-66 to Adelaide 11-16-82. Well, that puts the full stop on round 7, Wednesday, the 25th of March, 2026. And we've got an outright leader, North Melbourne. They're the number 1 defense team, and they've got the biggest winning streak of 5. And they're on top of the ladder with the Bulldogs, have not won a game this season. I don't think we've had that so late in the season. Match of the round for round 8 is North Melbourne versus Collingwood at Marvel Stadium. So it'll be first versus 5th on the ladder. Well, that concludes round 7, Wednesday, the 25th of March, 2026. We'll see you for round 8, Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026.